lesson. We so-called treated like kids, but expected to so-called act like adults. It's not right. In any ways, all adults don't act and do the same things, and all kids don't act and do the same things. See, but you just treat people like humans. Remove the title. Now we working together, being kind, not giving this title all this power, and people standing behind it and abusing it. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and kid, you know, and when it suits what the fuck you're trying to say, or, you know what I'm saying, why you're doing or saying the things you're saying, you know, you say, you know, you attach it to kid. You know what I'm saying? Them doing whatever, you know what I'm saying, kid, you know, but when it comes to, you know, what you would attach to so-called adults, and you put it on the kid, you know what I'm saying? What happens? You know what I'm saying? How does it all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, disappear? You know what I'm saying? Where does the standard and the guideline and the whatever go? You know what I'm saying? Where does they're just a kid go? Where does you're just a kid, you can't handle that? You know, where does you know what I'm saying? Like, where does all that go? You know, and then if you're going to do that, and that's what the situation is, then why can you pick and choose, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, once again, them so-called, what you feel is a kid-like thing, as far as making a mistake, you know what I'm saying, as far as forgetting this or this is that, then you go kid. You know what I'm saying? But they over here handling business with this fucking, you know, responsibilities that you didn't put on them, you know, and they doing that just fine. You know what I'm saying? I just don't agree with that type of view on things. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you know, it really restricts us from coming together and working together. Because it just once again falls into that, you know, label, everybody who has the label or given the label, thrown into a box, and this is what they do, how they are, you know, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's, you know, majority is, you know, so accustomed to that way of thinking, you know what I'm saying, of when a kid does this or a kid says this, you know, they just, you know, that's just a kid. When an adult does this or says this, you know, they're not supposed to, or, you know, yeah, that's what they're supposed to take care of, but that's how they're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? It just, once again, falls into this, you know, acting like everybody's the same, rather than this, we're each our own individual, you know what I'm saying? And we're each very different in a lot of very different ways. How come slaves wasn't feeling happy to stay with their masters? They gave them place to stay, some food and some clothes, beat them from time to time, made them clean up after them, and did the hard work. But what's the problem? Oh, because they not family. They don't have to deal with it. So if they were family, they'll just have to deal with it because that's their family. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. Literally. How come children don't feel happy to stay with their family? Their family give them place to stay, some food and some clothes, beat them from time to time, made them clean up after them, and did the hard work. But what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, and I always, or I use this example a lot of times because it's foundational, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, take out a couple words and boom. You know what I'm saying? Or just take out the, slave and, child, and it's just literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I won't ever agree with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I won't ever agree with, the ways some people treat their children. You know what I'm saying? I won't agree with, given these, so-called reasons. I won't agree with you feeling as if any reason excuses your behavior. You know what I'm saying? Excuses the words you're using, or, things of that nature, within a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? I won't ever agree with this family shit and how, they've really, tied it down to it being this very trapped thing, to it being this very toxic thing, to allow toxicity and to, so many people just, become accustomed to, that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Having these very odd and unhealthy dynamics, you know what I'm saying? Not being able to check each other, you know what I'm saying? Not being able to, have conversations about shit. Not like this family shit, you know what I'm saying, is dead. And I don't agree with it. The real truth of money. The real truth of money with parents and kids. Us kids are no different than slaves. If our masters, parents, quotation, don't keep paying for us, then we get put into this auction where masters come and choose which slave they want, then go and treat us like trash. But we should be grateful they chose us, have a home, etc. Sad. You know what I'm saying? That foster care shit, that ain't nothing but a fucking slave auction. I don't give a fuck how you want to look at it, just this and that. Motherfucker ain't nothing but a slave auction. Motherfucker ain't nothing but, how they fucking how they traffic fucking people and shit like that. Motherfuckers, get a pick of the litter and, get to do whatever they want with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, within this foster shit, there's too many. The fact that there's just one a problem. There's too fucking many cases, situations, you know what I'm saying, where motherfuckers are being mistreated, abused, taken advantage of. I mean, there's too many. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, it's just, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? That's the, you get put into this random ass family, and if they don't take care of you, then we have this place where, you can go that's supposed to be safe and like I don't even know, like it's supposed to be safe, and people who can't have kids or no longer have kids or want more kids that can come adopt, and like I don't know. I think the whole thing is like crazy to me. And I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand why it has, like, I don't get why it, like, I mean, I understand it's because, you know what I'm saying, the way that we've constructed this world and the game that we're playing and living in, kids aren't conformed into that, aren't brainwashed into that yet within a sense. So that's why motherfuckers feel to have such a strict hold on them, and you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't understand to a certain extent of why I keep saying it, but I just said why. I just I don't think there needs to be this strict hold. You know what I'm saying? But that's because it's not just us living, it's us living this certain way, and everybody either has to live this certain way or it's a problem. So they teach us this obedience, they teach us this way of living, this way of thinking, you know what I'm saying? So because I mean, like I say, I didn't talked about this, but it's like them fucking kids can go and just be like, I don't. Oh my gosh, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand how flawed this shit is. And it's like the way that, like, never from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, that this was about the well-being of humans. Like, you can't tell me that. Because why do a child need to be with a parent? You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is like, well, you gotta have a parent because the parent is gonna, pay for this and that, and they can provide this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not so much of like, be with the parent because the parent is, teaching you these healthy things, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be different, if it was things like that, but it's just like, we're putting you with parents because, we're talking about this money shit. You know what I'm saying? And, kids are more money. I mean, there's, you can go whatever way around it. A human costs money. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck, I was thinking of something. I lost it. I don't remember, but it was good too. Shit. Shit was good too. But a human costs money. Yeah. And they just like, their foundation is, we gonna put you with a parent. And it's not about, they just like, we gonna put you with a parent and whatever happens type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not this, like, I don't know. And I'm talking about like fucking foster care, or, if they had the baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, sure, that's your child, but no, let's not act like, no. You don't have a right to your fucking kid. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't nobody listen. Like I said, I done already talked about that, owning. They literally own these motherfucking humans. You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers gotta go through something to be able to raise a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, we can't just be allowing motherfuckers to just get humans. Like, this is the problem. We just allowing motherfuckers to get humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to figure that shit out. That whole shit need to be reevaluated, you know what I'm saying? And fucking raising a human is fucking hard, you know what I'm saying? So within evaluation of the person, we'll see if, how many people agree to, help, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, some shit, but, we can't just be, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with coming together and, these people having kids and these people having kids and y'all coming together and, kind of just raising them, as one type thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's so much. She doesn't fool with her parents because they're not willing to change, but then herself won't change. Everyone is so great, quotation, at judging others and pointing out things they don't like about them and want them to change those things, but are not able to look in the fucking mirror and see that I'm fucked up in so many ways. And the things I'm saying other people need to change, I'm just the same in a different situation. And they're just, like I said, they're not able to, foundational, they're not able to evaluate the foundational and allow themselves to become aware, to be aware of the foundational, because even within, situation, you are able to evaluate if they do, but, people manipulate things, and they, the thing about situations is they're really able to do it, I feel easier in a way because of the different situation. And they can go, no, because, I do this and that, or it's like this and that, and they're doing, you know what I'm saying? So they're using that as the difference thing, and then it's just canceling everything else out, canceling everything else out for them. You know what I'm saying? As far as the behavior or this and that, because there's already these, so-called differences. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a foundational thing of just what is, it's tough to, work with that. It's tough to manipulate with that. It's tough to, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, find all these differences and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely going to be, more similarities, you know what I'm saying? But it's still within that, they can convince themselves or whatever and, believe whatever, so it's, it's tough, but that's what a lot of people do. They, talk about all these other people, and, sometimes it'd be like from the outside in, looking at somebody or hearing them talk about whatever, you think like they have this, healthy mental, and you think that, their behaviors are healthy in the way they, speak or interact with others or whatever is healthy, you know what I'm saying, because they're able to, so-called evaluate others in a way and so-called say the right things, you know what I'm saying, that you may feel is right or, whatever, but it's like, when you actually get to know them, when you actually, see how they act and things of that nature, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck, so it's like, like, how is that happening? You know what I'm saying? Where is you're able to evaluate this and that in this way, but you're not able to evaluate this and that in that way. You know, are you willing to evaluate this over here, and you're not even willing to evaluate it or face it, or you know what I'm saying? And that's where it becomes, you know, what we're actually talking about. Parents want to protect their kids, so they feel they must feed them lies. God will not love you the way you are. Say play the part and fake it till you make it. Your kids aren't demons. They said you got to hurt a child to help a child sometimes, but you also have to know when you're just hurting the child to hurt the child. They'll drive you to kill yourself. You have to do for you, and if those people really love you, they will accept you no matter what. They set themselves up to lose us. Deal with it or call it a day. Nobody can change that. Conversion therapy doesn't work and will never work. This is not a choice and will never be one. People need to stop thinking they need to come out for others' sake. We have let other people force us to label ourselves on who we like when it has nothing to do with them. You don't need to pressure yourself to like someone. Just feel certain emotions. And if those emotions lead to a guy, a girl, they, them, it doesn't matter. It's all about you. You have also fallen into line in thinking that you must come out and put this label on yourself. And it's this very hard journey when it doesn't need to be. Take responsibility of the fact that you think that you need to come out as something because of others. Granted, you've been brainwashed, but still, please understand you don't need to. Now with parents, us kids know what type of household we live in. So if you can tell they won't support you, get a job, find some friends and create a foundation. Then tell them. And when they disown you, leave. When they disown you, leave. Yes, it will be hard. And I don't mean cut communication, but this way they don't have any power over you. You can still try your best to get them to understand so y'all can have a relationship, a healthy relationship, but you cannot stay under their control. Or you cannot tell them at all. Not meaning hide who you are, just meaning that you know you've created this space and are in a household where you can be yourself and speak on what you believe in and are very confident in who you like and doesn't care what some thinks about it. And if asked about you, and if asked about, you answer without any hesitation because you know you'll be safe. Now, still have a foundation because every situation is different, but that's another way. Or if you live in a household where they support that and you truly want to let them know, you can and live out your life the way you want. See, all of this for you. You are doing for you in all of these situations because at the end of the day, if they really support you, they will be there for you. Don't allow them to make that decision for you. You decide who you want to be and what you want to do. Now, with these religious families, y'all continue to pick and choose about what sin is small and what sin is big. And it's sad. You cannot let your belief guide all of your decisions because you honestly don't when it conflicts with you and what you want. A child liking someone is a beautiful thing, no matter who it is. I won't necessarily get into the deep ends of religions because I don't know much, but I know there's a lot of hypocritical things that are said about certain things. You must love your child and support them. Doesn't mean agree with everything, but you must support them. You can't let what you believe God wants for your child get in the way of what your child wants. In God's eyes, I'm pretty sure it's not okay to treat your kids horribly and say hateful things to them or even beat them because you disagree. And conversion therapy is disgusting. Trying to brainwash people into thinking they're choosing this and that they're turning against God and disappointing their parents and God, if religious, it's just another form of torture because a group of people feel another group of people just isn't right in their eyes, no different than racism. They make you doubt who you are and cause self-hatred. You're forced to believe that. you're forced to believe that being this way is the worst thing to be. Your belief does not excuse you for being ugly towards others and just throwing hate and negativity their way. It's disturbing. Never apologize for being you. It's not a problem you have. It's a beautiful attraction that everyone has. It's not a problem you have. It's a beautiful attraction that everyone has. Yeah, I think what sparked this was the fucking what was that film? Fucking Nicole Kidman, Troye Sivan, Lucas, I forgot his last name. Damn, I forgot the name of it. But yeah, I mean, obviously that covered a lot of points. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're okay. Even though parents may be right, there's a way to go about things. Michael Jackson's father didn't have to abuse MJ just to get him to sing. Whether he knew he was going to be great or not, at that moment MJ didn't want to sing, so let him do something else. And if next week or 5 years later he wants to sing, let him do that. Same thing with Tonya Harding. Let them decide. They're not under your control whether you feel you know what's best. You work with them, express the experience you have, but reassure them it's up to them. You'll support, be patient, kind. They may do 1,000 things before just choosing one, or may just hone in to one thing. All depends. Some of those decisions from parents just be based off money and wanting in their eyes for their kids to be so-called best. Neither has anything to do with what they want. They should only be trying to be better than they were a minute ago, situation ago, whatever. They should only be trying to be better than they were a minute ago, a situation ago, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely, it's definitely okay, to push. It's definitely okay to let them know, things are gonna get tough. You know what I'm saying? And, sometimes you have to, you have to fight back. You have to push back. You have to get tough and, just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's not just they just, I'm done, then that's just it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see that, obviously, they're picking up on it. You know what I'm saying? You feel, they're good at it, could really, be something. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as you knowing, more knowledge about that thing, or know more knowledge about, where that thing could go, or this and that. And they're obviously, within, us just talking about healthy, that is a want that they have, and they want to do that, and they just, they just enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? Do they may they feel good about, what they're doing, or feel they're good at it, or this and that, maybe, but they just enjoy doing it. So when it became to this point where it was just like, they didn't enjoy it for a moment because, it got tough, and it was more of this growing pain, more of their first challenge, that's in front of them in order for them to get better at that thing, and it's I feel, it's healthy to, to show and to work with them, you know, that we have to face these things, you know, and that, you know, that this is a growing pain, that, you know, that you want to grow, and, you know, in order to grow sometimes, you know, you have to, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, I just felt, you know what I'm saying, like, I had to say that, you know, because, you know, it's like, some motherfuckers would take anything, you know, with anything somebody can say and say whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, just within, can take that and just be like, well, never push and do everything, never, you know, and it's just, you know, that's not the fuck what nobody was saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just, there's a way to go about it, you know what I'm saying? And beating the fuck out of a child, you know, is what? You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you know, those are huge things about that money and about, you know, what you see, you know, them going with it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because, you know, what was, you know, most of these people motive, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, beating or pushing each other, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, make it, to get the money too, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, listen, you know, I don't know MJ, I don't know, the story, I don't know those people, but I think MJ would have been better off not fucking singing. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, that, you know, I just, you know, I mean, beautiful artist. I mean, you know, you just, you know, MJ, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, you know, really go on too much after that name itself, but that motherfucker would have been better off. You know, and it's tough to say, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, with, you know, the skill that he, you know, had, and, you know, how hard he worked on it, you know what I'm saying, like, once again, this isn't just, this motherfucker MJ wasn't just born with this, you know, talent. Motherfucker MJ worked, motherfucker MJ practiced, you know what I'm saying, like, but, you know, within it all, this ain't got nothing to do with MJ. You know, within it all, you know what I'm saying, this got to do with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? This got to do with the way people treated him. This got to do with the way, you know, everybody reacted and acted and the things they said, and you know what I'm saying? Like this got all to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Sure, you know, ain't nobody saying MJ, you know what I'm saying, ain't fuck up. You know what I'm saying? We all fuck up, and, you know, others, you know, fuck up in worse areas maybe. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody saying that. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know, you know what I'm saying, what MJ went through, just as far as, you know what I'm saying, the public and shit like that. Like, a motherfucker couldn't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knew, you know what I'm saying, this want that you had, you know what I'm saying, this skill that you enjoyed and that you really practiced, you know what I'm saying, that it would be the worst thing to ever happen to you. Or that it would, yeah, within a sense, and it would be, you know, you would get the worst reaction from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say what you want, but you know, for, you know, there's different type of, you know, so-called love that he got. You know what I'm saying? Because people could call it love of hounding that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like, I don't know. You know, I'm just not finna, you know, just talk about, you know, MJ, but, you know, we can't sit here and act like motherfuckers didn't make that motherfucker suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen. I mean, I don't know. I won't ever agree with that shit. I won't ever agree with, treating a human like that. And no, you just can't. You can't get that from me. You know what I'm saying? You that's a human being, and y'all can say how y'all felt MJ should have reacted to it, but I know that nigga mental was torched. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. Because, I mean, when did MJ have a time to really figure shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was MJ whole life of, being MJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, of this, like, fuck. Like, when did MJ get to, like, I don't know. Like, obviously, that motherfucker, he had time to himself, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker was able to chill, you know what I'm saying? But from a child to when the motherfucker died, it's like MJ been in the limelight, all his life. Like, there was nowhere that MJ could go. And, it's still the same shit to this day. Similar to fucking Justin Bieber, y'all, that shit. They took inspiration from the slavery. We know they took inspiration from the slavery. We know when I say slavery, and one of the versions they made was money. Okay, hold on. They took inspiration from the slavery. We know when I say slavery, and one of their versions they made was money, and that was to make us slaves to money. They tried to teach us that slavery only had one example and could only be that, but that's not true to us. But that's not true to us because slavery is still present today. Yeah, you know how motherfuckers, I ain't working for free. I ain't no slave. Oh, please. And who the fuck was working for free back then? Slaves was working for free shit. Like I said, they had a place to stay. They, shit, ate what they ate when they ate, listen, I'm not saying, it was fucking, sunshine and roses, but, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're literally working, slaving, fucking extensively working, overworking for money, for the money. Wow, we got people, what I'm saying, who just sit there and do nothing and profit off of our slavery. I don't know how this isn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like some crazy, like, oh my God shit. Like, I just don't know how, like, niggas let this slide. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, how y'all let this slide? moshing in the 90s was blamed on the event, on the music, on the people making the music, and they were said, well, people will die, people will get hurt. When really none of that mattered because no one was controlling them to go. It was each individual's choice, and they knew what came with that and wanted to do it. Parents were blaming everyone else instead of their kid. Everyone wasn't jumping off the stage, putting themselves in danger in that way. And yes, of course, if you decide to get in there, you will get hurt, but just bruises, getting bumped. It's everyone's choice to do it. Can't blame anyone because they knew what came with it. And they knew what hired the risk of getting hurt even more, or getting killed, going on stage when you know you're not supposed to. They want to go because freedom. No one's judging. No one cares about anything, just their fave band playing their fave songs and people who related. Artists was expressing themselves through music. It's great. All got an understanding of what's going on and just enjoying themselves. Huge. So fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? That's so just freedom. No one gave a fuck. Their favorite band and playing their favorite songs with people who relate. Like, and the artists, expressing us like, you know what I'm saying? It's like what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Talking about a great thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just, once again, the wrong motherfuckers, doing the judging and being able to speak up about certain shit and be heard, and then being lifted and given the power, you know what I'm saying, and holding the wrong motherfuckers accountable. And like, listen, you know what I'm saying, like because this was the parent, and this parent, especially, whatever, this was the parent, and the parent, has this job, or the parent is, they're already the parent, you know what I'm saying? So that's already seen as something, and you know what I'm saying, it's already seen as, as them, they're already, as far as the bands or whatever, they're already seen as and labeled as bad because, these religious motherfuckers, and they talking about, the band talking about whatever. You know what I'm saying? And because of what they're wearing, and because of, how they may look, and their hair, and, things of that nature. So they're already bad. You know what I'm saying? Everybody already sees them as bad. So then, now, what I'm saying, motherfuckers are getting hurt. And then, now people are getting killed. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, everywhere you find it at, or on the news or whatever, then it's this big, in big fucking letters is the band, you know what I'm saying? And they're being attached to things that, they have nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when they open their mouth and say certain things, like that these motherfuckers are doing this, and that, like going on stage and blah, blah, blah. Nobody really gives a fuck what they're saying, to a certain extent, because it's already them, and they already have their judgment on them, and this and that, So when the parent speaks up, and when the religious person, or, whatever, and they're labeled as the good, and they blame it on blah, 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 and them this and that, then everybody, targets them, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, everybody at that event wasn't going on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they knew from, either prior shit, you know what I'm saying? Or they knew, like, why the fuck would we go on stage? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't even be like no one has to announce that, you know what I'm saying? But some motherfuckers, did announce it or whatever, and like, don't do that shit, or, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, nigga, you go up on stage, you gonna get your ass tossed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go up there. Like, everybody else down there for a reason, and they up here performing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's y'all band. Like, y'all know they some ruthless niggas. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that people are crazy, you know what I'm saying? They got security, and them security gonna do your ass in. Like, this isn't no, like, I don't know. You know, like, listen, you know, I mean, you know, is there a way to do certain things with that many people or whatever? Sure. You know, but the thing was too mosh. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing. You know, that was the whole thing. You know, it's not about the event, the music. It's about the people. It was about people who were doing things that were just uncalled for. You know what I'm saying? Like just like doing things like that were not allowed or doing like just for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Like there was like you know, but I mean, like, yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, then them being at their fucking, you know, house or whatever, you know, and like I say, you know, having these, you know, religious parents, you know, not being able to listen to the music they want, you know, be the way they want, dress how they want, you know, just and being talked down to or talk like, and probably saying horrible things to the child because of, you know, this and that, and they also, you know, could have been assholes, you know, to the parents, and the parents may have just been trying to understand, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, you know, either way, their mental is, you know, and they going out here and, you know, like I say, freedom, but you know, with this so-called freedom, you know, that they're not accustomed to, don't have practice in, don't really know what to do with themselves, you know, within that freedom, because they're always, you know, held down or restricted or, you know, following this guideline or blah, 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 you know, and then they just, you know, go off impulses and urges and, you know, do, you know, very, very, you know, dumb things. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know, you know, I just, you know, when I look back at, you know, shit like that or whatever, it's just, you know, it just shows me, you know, just where we're at, you know, as far as people and as far as, you know, people's mental, you know, to not, you know, hold themselves accountable and to not hold their child accountable, you know, for either, you know, sneaking out and going to the place and then for doing the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like thousands of people who went and came back home and did die, you know what I'm saying? Or well, shit, they came back home, so they did die. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't, you know, this is your fucking child and you looking for somebody to blame. Blame your child, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, you know, maybe you should have stepped, you know, outside of yourself a little bit and really sat down and figured out, you know what I'm saying? Like why do they really, you know, like this music for the most part, or, you know, things of that nature, but you just keep fucking rejecting them and telling them no, 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 or whatever. It's like, you know, it's tough, you know, and you know, it couldn't even, it may not even been like mostly about you, you know, children, you know, deal with a whole bunch of other shit, you know what I'm saying, and it could have been some about that, or, you know, like there's so much shit and so many things, you know. That's why I say this parenting shit isn't just this, you know, nowhere near this easy thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's tough for two people, it's tough for fucking four people to raise one human, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, you know. There's so many fucking factors, you know, like I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah, I just, you know, I just don't think it was cool to, you know, give those bands, you know, a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, for them just expressing, you know, because then it's like, what about the band? You know what I'm saying? This is their outlet. This is how they express themselves. You know how I was talking about, you know, way back. You know, this is how they express themselves, and you know, y'all are making them feel indifferent about, the way they express themselves, you know what I'm saying, is they should continue to express themselves in this way, or put it out, or continue to do these things, or you know what I'm saying, just like unnecessary heat being put onto them, you know, for your kids' lack of, you know, whatever. It's sad because that person is okay with the relationship we have. And you know someone is okay with that relationship because they aren't willing to change that relationship. Oh my gosh. And in my case, that person isn't willing to get you out of the situation they put you in. I have to hold back stuff I want to tell that person because they mistreated me so badly. Yeah, like you can just, you know, that's what I be seeing, you know, just as far as, you know, relationships and unhealthy, healthy, you know, like you can just tell, you know, who fucking with you, not fucking with you, who willing to do this, who not willing to, like it's literally by action, it's literally by what they're giving you, you know what I'm saying, like, and you know, you just know, and y'all do know, you know, but then that's where y'all, you know, do all the, you know, manipulating and the fucking makeshifting, you know what I'm saying, but it was like, yeah, you know, it was like, you know, went from, you know, going to this person, telling this person things, you know, and then it's like, you know, you finally, you know, stop trying to manipulate things and, you know, giving them excuses and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, you know, like, nah, you know, and then you gotta, you know, because, you know, even if you may want to, but you know for yourself and, you know what I'm saying, because it's just habit. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna want to do that habit, do what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean it's fucking healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you're always gonna have that want. You know what I'm saying? You just need to get out of that habit. Practice something else. You know what I'm saying? And that shit will fucking deteriorate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I didn't allow myself to, you know what I'm saying, go do that. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, figure shit out. People shouldn't be raised black or white, etc. Everyone should learn about almost everything and keep learning. Should be raised as a human to know we're all the same, to be kind, to express kindness, and show this because they're watching more than anything, and get more in detail for ones who can't see or hear or both. All situational for who you are. The understanding we're all different. Nobody's in a box because they look like this or can do this. Put in the work, please, please. Like, this shit is work. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you know, when I say everything, yes. Oh, it's too much to put into it. Yes, exactly. That's the fucking point. This isn't like this one part of our life where we learn everything and now no, this is the journey. We should always be fucking learning, and we are always learning. You know what I'm saying? So we need to, you know what I'm saying, fucking evaluate what we are learning during this journey and really put in the work, you know what I'm saying, and change this shit, grow, you know, within, you know, what we're learning, what we're doing, how we're interacting, and things of that nature. Like, the fact that we're, you know, not really focusing on, you know, after that part of our life where we so-called learned this is, you know, it's like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just the beginning. You know, that was just the foundational shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is huge. You know, it's not this, you know, teaching them how they are in the way in the world because of their fucking skin tone. Like, no, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't give a fuck what type of example you try to give me. That is a fucking no, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, listen, yeah, I mean, you know, within rebuttals, you know what I'm saying, let's talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But there's no situation, you know, that you teaching them, you know, oh, you're, you know, this shade, you gotta be like this, act like this, talk like this, represent yourself this way, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying? There isn't gonna be that type of situation that is gonna fucking trump and help them more than teaching them, a human being. Teaching them, treat others with kindness. Teaching them, patience. Teaching them fucking putting themselves in other people's shoes, or seeing it from other people's, perspective, or, like helping others. No, like that isn't gonna, like that, this is not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the way. You know what I'm saying? This is a better foundation than this. You know what I'm saying? Because right then and there, you're already putting them in a fucking box. You know what I'm saying? You're already telling them they're this, and these are the people they're like, and no, this is a different human being, and there ain't nobody like this human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only one of this human being. And that's how it should be. And that's how it should be taught. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we gotta put in the work. But it's just like everybody's trying to put in the work, but they're, or not everybody, but some people are trying to put in the work, but they're stuck with this same old, shit, and they're trying to work with that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't work with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what I'm saying. We got to get rid of that shit. And we got to create our own shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to fucking, trying to use, what's a good example? I don't know, fucking, maybe like a I don't know, because I was thinking like, you using like last year's test, or like I don't know, like you yeah, or maybe like what you learned from last year, you trying to use this year, but it's a whole new thing. Or what you learned, like you trying to use what you learned in last unit on this test, but it's like it's a whole new unit. So it's like, or it's some shit, I don't fucking know. Like you trying to use these old parts and make this, you trying to put old parts into this new shit, but that whole not gonna work because they old parts, or some shit like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you trying to, yeah. Or like this new shit, yeah, can only work with new parts or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is old. This shit is outdated. You need something new. You need something up to date. You need something that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the family thing makes people feel empty. Like, because if they don't have the standard mom, dad, brother, etc., they feel they have no family. Because the meaning that we've given it is wrong. And people put a lot of weight on family. So when others talk about family or whatever, they feel so down and disappointed. When really family is who you choose. It's somebody who is there for you, unconditional care and support. Not people who are assigned to you off of this game standards. Huge. You know what I'm saying? Literally assigned to you. Like, nah. Like, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, think of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, what about others? How can others feel about this or think about this? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, y'all just, when y'all say shit, like I was talking about, like the Thanksgiving thing, like, you're not with your, family or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're like, like, I don't know, like for you to just go there automatically and not just, ask and see, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's like different. Everybody don't have, a family. Everybody don't, whatever the situation, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be different. within a sense. So, you know, we just need to act, and we need to stop acting like, you know, this is one, you know, so-called normal thing, and if it's anything else, then, you know, it's odd, or, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how so many of these, you know, things has been called normal, and so many people, you know, feel so just, you know, so-called don't fit in, or so-called so different, or so-called blah blah blah, because they don't fit this normal thing, or don't have this so-called normal thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're all different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody within the normal thing is different. You know what I'm saying? We gotta understand that shit, and we gotta look at that shit like that, and we gotta stop creating that type of shit and allowing that shit, you know, to form. A belt, abuse. Extension cord, fist, whatever is abuse. I don't know how it's debatable. You physically hurting somebody because you can. There's no reason for that shit. Nobody deserves it. Other ways to deal with it. Figure out how to healthily communicate and control how you react to what you're feeling, and work and change how you feel about certain things. Why do you want to hurt somebody? You know, that should be talked about, regardless of the reason. Why does that have power over me? And why am I allowing it to control me? Control me to want to hurt someone else. Huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the fuck we should be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know, or yeah, that's what we should be talking about, or that's another thing that we should be talking about, or, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this isn't just, you know what I'm saying, on the child. You know what I'm saying? And what they're so-called doing. You know what I'm saying? Never, ever should there be a situation where you're fucking physically hurting them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like within that, there's nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And within that, there's nothing to talk about of that shit don't cut it. You know what I'm saying? Now, within yourself, and, you know what I'm saying, you feeling this one, like I said, you know what I'm saying, go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself other things, and, you know, go through whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but it's like, you know, that shit is like, that shit not cool. You know what I'm saying? The fact that people still to this day try to justify physically fucking hurting. You physically hitting somebody. Like, I don't, like, where are we? I don't know. I don't know where we at. You know what I'm saying? But it's like no, bro. You know, like no. Like that will yeah, forever, you know, be a no for me. I can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and saying it's discipline, and saying like, no, bitch, there's a way to go about it. You know, you telling them learn to use their words. You know what I'm saying? Because they at school fucking, you know, hitting people. Or you encouraging and being like, oh yeah, defend yourself, or like, I don't know, like, this is how this shit is. I don't know why we're forced to live with and love strangers, then call them family to make it seem okay. Literally. Call them family to make it seem okay, and to convince ourselves, and to, you know, attach them to this list, and like random ass people that you don't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? That you convincing yourself to fuck with, that you're in this convenient situation within a sense of just being around each other. So you kind of just fuck with each other, and like, y'all have unhealthy relationships. Y'all have very toxic, many toxic moments, but it's like you just, you know, push past it or whatever, because y'all gonna be, you know what I'm saying, right here with each other, you know what I'm saying, for years or whatever. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, people convince themselves or make excuses for it. Like, nah, bro, that shit is just unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers just deal with it because so-called fans, because they gonna be living with them, because they rather not have a relationship with me than change. And hearing that from the outside, the situation, they'd be like, why do they need to change? Just accept them. Well, I can't accept being abused, mistreated, told I have to care, told I have their care and support, then they turn their backs on me. If I were to accept that, I would be giving up myself. Yeah. Ain't no way around that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go send my pet to be in the circus to make money. Like, no. But y'all go send y'all child to go work at a job for money. Sad, like huge. Like, I don't understand you fuckers. Cause them pets expensive. Shit. And y'all be spending extra money too on other bullshit for them. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, you know what I'm saying, the pet can live with you forever, but the kid can't. And the kid gotta provide in some type of way. The kid gotta distance, like, but ain't nobody got time for none of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Not like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, you got, you know, more hospitality for the pet than me. You know what I'm saying? Like what we talking about here? Like, fuck. Make that motherfucker do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I'm over this shit. These niggas just treat motherfucker horribly because they can, you know what I mean? Oof. In that case, why don't I love my teachers or kids in my class? I see them more than or just about the same as my own so-called family. Like, it's the idea of family and how it's constructed to make us feel the way we do for them because they're supposed to care and support. Because the idea, our body just accepts it and I don't know, goes with it without actually thinking, do I actually care? Like, I don't know, hard to explain. But you, like, truly, why don't I feel that for teachers, classmates? Because of the idea of what that is and how it's constructed. You know, because if it was flipped, you know, I don't think it's the person, more of idea and how constructed. Obviously, with time, some change, then some don't like this person for the most part. Conflicts happen, whatever. Or could all grow together and work together, you know, all different. But I don't know, it's crazy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's huge. You know what I'm saying? It's the, oh shit. It's the idea. The idea, you know what I'm saying, of what family is, of what, you know what I'm saying, certain roles is within that family, you know, within certain labels of, you know, mother or, you know, father, grandmother, or, you know, sister, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's that. It's all these ideas, all these ideas of people and what they're, you know, supposed to be like. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, I mean, oof. Because like I say, you know, when you do, you know, weigh the things or this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, because you take, you know, that teacher and those classmates and you put us in a house, you know what I'm saying? Then you say this is your family and this is your parent or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just like, it's the idea of what, you know, that teacher does, and this idea of how we treat each other. And you know, now that, you know, since we're not in that constructive place of school and having to do those things, and now we're doing different things or whatever, it's like it's a whole different environment and a whole, like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, because you take those things, like sure, you know what I'm saying, they don't treat you the same, but it's like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy, you know, like if you take some families and like put it in a different, you know, constructed environment or whatever, you may like them more in that constructed environment as a person than you did when, you know, it was with the so-called family and they were treating you a certain, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not just allowing humans to be human. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much of this pre shit and this guideline shit, and making motherfuckers be a certain way rather than them just being a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. You know, cause I'm just like because it's like you know, cause it's like, you know, it's so many, you know, people that I didn't interacted with. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they took out that dynamic bullshit and this pre shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, fucking them. Like, bro, like, it's just like so many moments just would have been so much healthier, you know what I'm saying? Better and more enjoyable and fun, and, you know, like, and you actually, it would have been genuine, actually gotten to know, you know, people. You know what I'm saying? Rather than them putting up this facade or having to be this certain way, or like, I don't know. But that's a huge thing. It's a huge thing to like think about and talk about. Like, we allowed the abuse because we were scared of being kicked out, or just didn't know what else to do. Have no money. Some, yes, were scared of their parents, but obviously more scared of the first because they stayed. I don't know, it's just sad being scared of someone who's told you they would care for and support you. Like, they want to instill that fear, and for some that have that feeling of hurting them or killing them, I mean, you're just so frustrated, can't believe it, and just want to end, and just want it to end. I mean, I hope you find another way to process what you're feeling and understand that there's other ways that you don't actually want to hurt anybody. You want to express kindness. You know, it's not about treating others, it's not about treating them nicely, just creating who you want to be. Do you want to treat others rude, unkind, hurt, and kill people? You know, is that what you want? Living with that shit? Or do you stop wanting to give up yourself for them? Why give more because of them? Fuck them. Why still make decisions based off them? Sit down and figure out what the fuck you want from a peaceful place. Honestly, I do feel if killing was accepted, majority of parents would be dead. But I mean, that would cause them to act differently and not have kids because they and higher ups would probably blame kids and say it's a disease or whatever the fuck people create to not hold themselves accountable. Sad. Damn. Damn. they and the higher ups would probably blame kids and say it's a disease or whatever the fuck people create to not hold themselves accountable. Sad. Like I was just talking about blame, blame, blame. Blame everybody else. Oh man. But I mean, yeah. Them motherfuckers would be dead. Like, listen. Like, ain't nobody got time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of kids who going through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the more that it was accepted, not accepted, but, you know, just done within a sense or whatever, and, you know, I don't know. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, these motherfuckers is enraged. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many kids suffering. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to go about it. Like, I don't know. This shit is crazy. Like, you know, I talk about this shit and it's just like, you know, I just feel like it's so simple. Like, this isn't. But I mean, yeah, like I said, you know what I'm saying, you yourself, you know, sadly, once again, you know, but you gotta, you know, you, like I said, you gotta sit down with yourself and you gotta, you know, let yourself know that, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to kill, you don't want to, you know, hurt others, you know what I'm saying, like I said, it's in the note, but like, I just think that is important, you know what I'm saying, because it's like, you know, once again, you know, this is why motherfuckers is out killing, hurting, doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, of course they didn't have nobody else, you know what I'm saying, trying to talk to them or work with them or this and that. And then them themselves, you know, didn't talk to themselves or whatever. So, you know, they out doing what they doing. You know, so, you know, it's tough, man. Shit is crazy. Evaluate, work, change, grow. Evaluate, work, change, grow.